Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn new lesson, that is the world between wars 1900 to 1950. This is the part 2 of 13th lesson, and it is a continuation of the World War II. Before going to lesson, first we have to observe some important points, keywords, which are helping to understand the lesson in a better way. Here the keywords are there. First one is socialism. This socialism means it is an organization, political and academic aspects which are covering and advocates and having the responsibility of means of production. Here the production activities in agricultural and industrial and services all mixed in the aspect of production and distribution. Here the distribution of products, what we are producing in the country, that products we are distributing in the country in different ways, and exchanging also is going on by the government. Here the exchange means exchanging of goods and services within the country and outside of the country also, that is by exporting and importing. So these are all three activities: production activities, distribution activities and exchange. These are all activities should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole, should be owned or regulated by the community, having its own organization, so its own control, like government as a whole in the country is called as socialism. In a simple word, it is a organization of governmental organization, we can say. So in socialism, the role of the people, all the role of the people you can observe in this point. Next, second important point is communism. It is also a system of social organization in which all property is owned by the community and each person contributes and receives according to their ability and needs. It is totally different from the socialism, because the socialism is under the control of the government, whereas the communism organization is under the control of a single person who are having the ability, who are having the influence in the society. They will become communists, and that system of organization is very one side, will become one side, because the production, distribution and exchange all in the hands of a single person or single organization, which is private. So both are entirely different activities. Next important point is revolution, a forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system. Here the revolution may be, it is a forcible overthrow of a government. Suppose the people not like the rule of the government, any government, then the people will protest against that government. So in order to bring a social order in favor of new system, new renewable system, so it is called as revolution. Next point is centralization of power. Centralization occurs in the transfer of power to a typically sovereign state. Here centralization of power means the power should be centralized in the hands of one person or one power or one organization. Here the transfer of power to a typically sovereign state. Sovereign means here sovereignty, the people having the power to have all these powers. So instead of being the powers in one hand, the power should be distributed to all in a sovereign state. Next important point is Bolsheviks. Here Bolsheviks means the people of Russia who are following the Communist Party, which is founded by Vladimir Lenin. So it is the people who are following this party, they are called Bolsheviks. Collectivization. It was enforced under Stalin between 1928 and 1940. Means when Stalin was ruling, that time he enforced this law, cultivation of law of cultivation. Under this act law, to collect all land, individual lands and labor into collective farms. Small holdings are totally collected, so that farms are cultivating by using new techniques and latest machines. Like that, the collecting all small holdings, it is called as cultivation. Next important point is relief, reform, recovery. These are the three R's introduced in the New Deal in the USA. About this point we can learn in coming lesson. Welfare state. A welfare state is a concept of government in which the state plays a key role in the protection and promotion of the economic and social well-being of its citizens. Welfare state means here the free state which is formed by people. To fulfill the needs of the people, the government should strive for the ruling of the people in a welfare way. So, welfare state is a concept of government in which the state plays a key role in the protection and promotion of the economic and social well-being. So, the promotion and development of economic situation and society. In the society, also the people should live with all equal rights and duties. So, like this, the people will well-being of its citizens means it is the benefit of the people. The welfare state is playing role. Next important point is indoctrination. It is the process of inculcating ideas, attitudes. Indoctrination is also one of the law which is implemented by introduced by this monarchical rulers. So it is the process of inculcating ideas and attitudes of particular organization or particular party in the minds of the people. And last one is propaganda. It is a form of communication aimed towards influencing the attitude of the community towards some cause. It is a form of communication, means giving information through one rules and regulations in the form of a book or pamphlet, which is influencing the attitude of the community, means the people, towards some cause or position by presenting only one side of an argument. So that propaganda, that pamphlet or book of rules and regulations, their promises which are introduced by some persons, they are presenting only one side of the argument. So that is the final, and what they are prepared this propaganda, that is final. So it is a form of communication aimed towards influencing the attitude of the community. So by this rules and regulations, the attitude of the community may change and some cause or position. By that there may be some changes may happen. Maybe it is in case of political activities or any other activities, presenting only one side of the argument. So that once the argument will be one side only in authoritative way. So it is called as propaganda. So these are the main points which are going to learn. Basing on these points, we are going to learn new lesson.